The morning mist in Sichuan rolled gently across the bamboo hills, quiet and silver, like a memory refusing to fade. Inside the Panda research base, a soft rustling broke the silence. Rui Bao blinked her large black eyes, stretching lazily before realizing something was off. Usually, she'd hear the distant hum of laughter from the caretakers, the sound of buckets clinking, the faint scent of morning bamboo being cut fresh, but today, everything felt different. The voices outside were hushed, careful, like people trying not to wake something fragile. Her brother, Hui Bao, stirred beside her, yawning, unaware that their peaceful world was about to change. Rui Bao nudged him, her nose brushing his fur as if to say, "Wake up. Something's not right." Outside, the caretakers stood in silence around a truck parked near the enclosure. Its white metal sides gleamed coldly under the pale morning sun, and though Rui Bao didn't know what a truck was, she felt its presence like an approaching storm. The head caretaker, Mr. Lin, wiped his eyes before turning away. He had raised them since they were cubs, bottle-feeding them through feverish nights, wrapping them in blankets when storms shook the forest, talking softly to them as if they understood every word. He knew every sound Rui Bao made when she was happy, every low growl she gave when scared. But today, when she pressed her nose against the bars of the gate, he couldn't look her in the eyes, because today was moving day. They called it relocation, a new, safer home, better facilities, more space. The human world said it was a good thing. But how do you explain that to a panda who doesn't understand why her world smells strange, why everyone's smiling too much, or why her favorite caretaker can't stop his hands from trembling? Hui Bao walked slowly to the gate, curious as always, his round face calm, his movements unhurried. He was the gentler one, quieter, more trusting. Rui Bao was different, fiery, emotional, the one who always tested the boundaries of her enclosure. And yet now, she froze as the handlers approached. They came with calm voices and soft gestures, but she felt their sadness beneath the kindness. A wooden transport crate sat open, lined with straw, smelling of wood and distance. The handlers coaxed them gently, with treats and tender tones. Rui Bao hesitated, her paw raised mid-step. She turned to Hui Bao, her eyes wide and uncertain. And in that silent glance, she seemed to ask, "Are we really leaving?" Hui Bao blinked back slowly, as if to say, "It's okay. I'm here." And so, step by trembling step, they entered the crates that would carry them to a new world. As the gates shut, Rui Bao let out a low moan, not loud, but filled with something ancient and aching. The sound cut through the quiet like a blade, and for a moment, even the birds stopped singing. Mr. Lin turned away, his lips pressed tight. The truck doors closed. The engine roared to life, deep and metallic, shaking the air. Rui Bao's heart pounded as the floor beneath her began to move. She pressed herself against the bars, trying to glimpse the only world she'd ever known. The bamboo groves, the sunlight falling through the leaves, the familiar corner where she and Hui Bao had played every morning, it all slid away behind the trees. She called out, and somewhere beside her, Hui Bao answered softly. Even though they were in separate crates, their voices carried two notes of the same song, promising each other they weren't alone.
As the truck rolled through the winding mountain road, the forest opened up into vastness Rui Bao had never seen before. The scent of the air changed. Less sweet, more metallic. Shadows moved past, trees giving way to fields to the dull gray of distant towns. The motion made her dizzy. Her heart raced with confusion and fear. She remembered stories her caretakers used to whisper to each other about how animals struggled when moved, about fear so deep it could make even strong creatures forget to eat. Rui Bao didn't understand fear the way humans did, but she felt something primal stirring inside her chest, something that whispered, "You're leaving home." The hours dragged on, broken only by the steady hum of the engine and the occasional voice on the radio. Hui Bao stayed calm. Or tried to. Every time he heard Rui Bao's restless sounds, he pressed his paw to the side of his crate, as though reaching through the distance. By the time the sun dipped low, turning the sky orange, the truck slowed. The air outside smelled different, colder, sharper, filled with pine and rain. The caretaker spoke softly again, But Rui Bao caught a tremor in their voices. She didn't know it yet, but they were nearing their new home, a highland reserve far from everything familiar. When the doors opened, Rui Bao blinked at the flood of light. Her world had changed again. This new place was bigger, greener, quieter, but it wasn't hers. Not yet.